Hello, friends. So, what is the point of life? Why did God create the universe and all of us? And why are we doing all the things that we do? There has to be a point, right? Well, I'm here to tell you there is, and I have discovered it. No, not me. I have poured over thousands of different data points from all sorts of, ancient mystical teachings and theologies and philosophies and religions and cultures, and I found all the overlap. And there's so many different people from different walks of life, all the way back from ancient mystics all the way to, modern day quantum scientists that are saying the same thing. And this is the picture that they're painting. A long time ago, right at the beginning of existence, God, source, creator, shattered itself into a trillion pieces. And each one of those pieces kind of represents each of us, an individual soul, an individual partition of the ultimate consciousness. Now, the reason was so that all those pieces could go and out and interact, have experiences, learn, grow, and evolve, and ultimately find their way back to source. Okay, so why? Why do this cosmic game of hide and seek? Well, think about it this way. You've probably heard the saying, the sum is greater than the parts, right? Essentially, what that means is that when you take something, a whole something, split it up, each one of those parts individually, when you analyze them and really scan them and look at them, and then you piece them back together, you'll realize that all those parts together, add up more than the whole. So when you think about the collective consciousness, and I'm not talking about like just humans on Earth, but every species out there, every planet out there, every life force and conscious entity that exist in this universe and probably the others, all of them, as they've been split and partitioned and gone out on their merry old way and tried to find purpose and their way back to source, have accumulated so much knowledge and wisdom and grown so much that by the time they make it back to source, they're going to be so much bigger than they were when they left. Think about when you have a baby. At the beginning, that baby is completely reliant on you and needs you for everything to survive. But 20, 30, 40 years down the road, it's a completely sovereign, independent, powerful being. That's what we are. So imagine the Creator giving birth to trillions and trillions of souls, those souls going and growing up and then coming back and recombining into something that's far greater than what it was at the beginning. That's what I think the point of the universe is. Now, in the process of that, what happens? Well, just like your baby grows up into an adult, we grow up. So, as Tom Campbell would call us, these individualized units of consciousness, which we are, the souls, they evolve. And there's a possibility that we have options, that we can reunite with Source, creating kind of like forming like Voltron and creating the super source. Or maybe our purpose is bigger than that. Maybe our purpose is to become creators. We were created in the likeness of the Creator, maybe to be creators. And maybe that is the ultimate goal. Or maybe you have options. Maybe you go and become a creator yourself, or maybe you do reunite back to source, or maybe there's other options. Be a guide, be a teacher, be a helper. But that's sort of the conclusion I've come to after years of really pouring into this subject. And this is not my opinion. This is based on, like I said, literally thousands of data points that I've compiled. But having said that, it is backed up by my own experiences, because this is sort of the universal truth. You can't help but come to this conclusion because it seems to be the truth. And I think that is pretty neat when you can have all this overlap and it all points to the same thing. That's my take. Let me know your take. Have a beautiful day.